Hello everyone, I'm Jason Seiler, and as many of you may know, that I've been working on a book called The Complete Artist. I've been working on it with Marcin Migdal at Sketchaholic. I'm going to do everyone a favor out there and just be honest and raw, and just, you know, I'm not probably the best salesman in the world, but I'm just going to give it to you the way it is. So anyway, here's the way it is. Here's the book, and it's beyond what I was expecting. I mean, it's amazing. I'm really happy with it. Ultimately, my goal when I was asked to create a book wasn't to do the same old book that I've been seeing over and over again. You know, there's just so many art books out there where it's just a gallery of work, and that's all it is, just a bunch of work. Maybe there's a step-by-step in the book, which is cool. But really what I wanted to do was just, you know, create a book that I wish that I could have had when I was in art school or just studying when I was younger. And just a book that a lot of people can relate to, that will excite a lot of people and really inspire and encourage people to get, you know, more interested into art and to work harder, to try new things, to not worry about the struggle, because there's always going to be a struggle. And so what I did was I came up with this idea for this book where there is a lot of artwork galleries of my work and other people's work in the book, but you know, the book basically starts off the beginning when I was a little kid, and you can see I still had my mustache when I did this, but it starts off when I was younger, goes through my drawings when I was quite young, talks about my early paintings, it's more of an introduction about what it was like for me as a kid, why I stuck with my art, and what was my drive behind all of that. But ultimately the reason I start the book off that way is I bring it into how I get started as an illustrator, and I'm still figuring it out. I'm still working hard on trying to figure out how to become, you know, a better artist and to continue to do the kind of work I want to do, but to try to up the ante all the time, try to grow and push myself. So a lot of that stuff is in this book. The book then goes on to sections about many of the magazines that I've worked for, publications I've worked for: the Weekly Standard, Rolling Stone, Time, and the New York Observer, and Der Spiegel, and a bunch more. And I write articles about how I got started with those magazines, what it's like working for those magazines. I tell and share little stories, funny stories, serious stories, and of course I show a lot of the work, tons of work from all these different magazines, a lot of pictures of behind the scenes of how I set up my references so I can do the kind of work that I like to do. But then at the end of each article, we've got interviews with art directors from Rolling Stone, the Weekly Standard, New York Observer, Der Spiegel, and more. And so it's really exciting. I'm really proud of how this has all come together. It's like almost 300 pages in this book, just packed full of drawings and sketches and, you know, like I said, interviews, lots of fun stories. I mean, the book is just full of everything that I could try to put in there to try to excite and inspire anybody who happens to be interested. To top it off, I've asked several guest artists who, most of them are friends of mine, but all of them are artists that I really like a lot. You know, I see their work and it excites me and inspires me, and I think they're just brilliant artists. And so I've got this great section in the back of the book that just has, like, you know, like this is Justin Coral, his interview. So there's an interview with every single artist, and then there's like David John Kassan. Just basically a bunch of awesome artists, friends of mine: Robin Elade, Sean Cheatham, Aaliyah Chapman, Tyler Jacobson, and William Ray, and Sean Barber, Grigor Eftimov, Jeremy Getz, Cesar Santos. There's a lot. So and Sterling Hunley as well. I think I missed him in the back here. Sterling Hunley is just awesome. Yeah, I love his interview in here as well, which is just amazing. So it's just awesome because we've got these just great artists that like I said, personally inspire and excite me with galleries of their work, and then really awesome interviews. We get to hear not just my personal experiences from what I've learned from my time as being an illustrator, but also the other side of what it's like being a fine artist, which I think is really, really interesting and helpful as well. Also, something that I think is personally cool and means something to me is my dad is an amazing artist and painter, and he has kindly done a tutorial in the book on plein air painting, and mostly about color palette, and it's really, really helpful and inspiring. Also, my friend Grigor Eftimov, there's a little tutorial in the book as well from him. You also get to watch all the interviews online. I also am providing my first DVD with all these sketching techniques, so you get to watch that. Also, I've got a almost 5-hour demo of me painting Johnny Cash, and it's unedited. I wanted to give the absolute raw, honest process without any editing. There's no speeding up. Everything that is from the very beginning to the end, all captured, recorded, and I'm talking and teaching and sharing my thoughts. And I really want this book to inspire and excite. If it does for anybody out there, I'll just be super happy. And that's the main goal. Is, you know, I've struggled a lot with my art, and you know, early on in my career it was really, really difficult. I went through a lot of hard lessons, and I'm still learning a lot, you know, and still have a lot to learn. And I know that my friends in this book also can relate, and I'm sure you can relate if you're an artist out there as well. And so the whole idea here is I just want to give back, and I hope that you all will find this book exciting and fun and inspirational. We just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody that supported us. So a big thank you and shout out to Adobe, Wacom, Grasshopper Incorporated, Autodesk, HP, as well as the International Society of Caricature Artists, Fresh Books, and Schoolism. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to all the supporters out there who've, you know, just fans and people that are just interested in just helping support artists all over the world. I mean, it's really, really important and a really big deal, and means a lot to me personally that there's people out there who support and love the work that I do. It's really encouraging. If it wasn't for people like you, we as artists wouldn't have the opportunities that we have. So thank you so much. It really means a lot. And we'll all see you guys all soon.
Time magazine has selected Pope Francis as its Person of the Year, saying that the pontiff has changed the perception of the Catholic Church in an extraordinary way. And Chicago artist Jason Seiler created the image of the Pope on the magazine cover. Seiler is a classically trained oil painter who actually taught himself to paint digitally. He says he had only 5 days to create perhaps the most important painting in his portfolio. Look at that.
I wanted to present him in a more charming type of a way, and also I needed his eyes to be looking a certain way, and I had no reference of that as well, so I had to make up the eyes and the mouth completely.
Wow, check out that work. Seiler also painted NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden. He was the runner-up for Time magazine's Person of the Year.
Thanks for watching. For more interviews and video workshops, visit madartistpublishing.com. It's time to get on the map.